You know what I hate about trailers?
Oh.
Modern day trailers especially.
Yeah.
Is that stupid piano editing that The Dark Knight Rises popularized.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Happy Hanukkah.
We're back again. It's Christmas, which means it's Star Wars time. What did you think of the trailer, Damo?
It's good. It's
a trailer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those modern trailers where
it's trying to sell you something and it does it. It works.
It does the whole vague words, fade to black or cut to black because that's more dramatic with light piano music. If you watch any trailer for the past
it does juxtaposition very well between light and dark scenes.
Yeah. Okay, right. Based on the trailer, what do we think is going to happen?
I reckon it's going to be Kylo Ren is hunting down Princess Leia, and I'm guessing she's going to die, not going to lie.
What makes you say that?
Because the CGI budget isn't high enough to bring her back from the dead.
We can only do that for one shot.
I know.
One shot per film.
Yeah. Then it's going to be the training montage from the trailer of Rey and Luke, and then it's going to be the whole flashback explaining why Luke is a bit mental.
Do you notice how he's doing this Joker voice?
A little bit,
He's
if it doesn't
He's
scare
not coming to get you, bats.
Yes. If it doesn't scare me, then it does now.
That wasn't bad.
I was going for the more. He's still also Luke Skywalker. But yeah, and then it's going to be his backstory, all that, his time with Rey, and then I think he's going to disappear and go to the rebellion, maybe, and then there's going to be the standoff between him and the First Order army. I don't think he's going to meet Kylo Ren or Snoke in this film.
You don't think Luke Skywalker is going to see?
I think he is, but just not in this film. I think it's going to be
Save that for
the final.
The final trilogy, yeah.
Yeah, the final of the trilogy, and it's going to be about Rey's journey. The most of the film is then, it's going to be about Finn. Sorry, before I get into Rey, it's going to be Finn is with the rebellion, infiltrating bases because he is still kind of part of the First Order. Because you see him with the battle against the sexy one from Game of Thrones. I can't remember what you call her in.
Lena Headey?
Yeah. Can't remember what you call her though. Captain something.
Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma, sorry, yeah. You see him.
You're most attracted to Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones?
What can I say? Like a woman that can take a punch and dish one out.
I like how you didn't even say Gwendolyn Christie. You said the hot one from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and by that I mean Brienne of Tarth.
And you knew who I meant. You see him like squared off with her, much like he was with the unnamed trooper in
Force Awakens.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Rogue One for a second there. He's dressed in the First Order kind of officer kind of attire, and then I reckon that's gonna be his big climactic moment, and before it's back to same old life more or less.
Back to the game. Yeah.
Probably being injured again is all.
Probably being injured. You're such a wrestling fan.
Well, no, because he ended the first one being injured, didn't he?
I know, but it's like it's just the way you say it.
Right, yeah.
Gets jobbed out by Kylo Ren.
Kayfabed, he gets injured.
Here it comes. Bye. Welcome to the big time, Finn.
After that, then the biggest part of the film is going to be Rey's journey from the training with Luke into the I don't know where I am in this world to the looking for Kylo Ren / Snoke. But
yeah.
I think it's going to be a double turn.
You think
it's going to be...
You're buying into that Rey is going to turn to the dark side?
No, I think it's going to be Rey leaves Luke, so she leaves the light side. She goes to see Emperor Snoke, and then he does that Jedi torture bit you see in the trailer, and she's just like, no, escapes. and then meets up with Kylo Ren towards the end, and then they've kind of got that bond then, and they more or less not so much go their own ways, but they just try their own way kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, either that or she turns on him and murders the because Han for life.
Justice for Han.
Justice for Han.
Hashtag justice for Han. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Here's what I think.
Yeah.
Based on how Disney does their work, based on the trailer, and based on how safe everybody wants to be, I think you've touched on it a little bit with what I think is going to happen. Using The Empire Strikes Back, I think it's, again, like with The Force Awakens being a beat-for-beat remake of A New Hope, I think this is going to be beat-for-beat, very similar to The Empire Strikes Back. So you see how Luke is the surrogate Yoda of this new series, essentially. You're going to see a lot of Luke is training Rey in a similar way that Yoda trained Rey. I think you could have a similar thing where Rey gets impatient in her own way and goes off to try and fight the First Order in a similar way that Luke did when he had that vision of his friends being in trouble in Cloud City. Did you see how in the trailer you see that big medical ship, I think, or that ship with what's clearly Leia Organa on it? Because
the Admiral Akbar kind of.
The Admiral Akbar kind of ship.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called because I'm not that much of a Star Wars.
I can't remember what you call this species.
Fish heads.
Yeah, the fish head.
That's racist.
The fish tank. Yeah.
The fish tank. Yeah. But I think what that is going to be is, if we're talking, if Luke is the surrogate Yoda, that ship is going to be the surrogate Cloud City. So the First Order is going to take the fight to the Resistance. Yeah. Because they're the Resistance now, not the Rebels.
Yeah.
Still weird how that works, I think. I think the First Order is going to take the fight to the Resistance. And I think, as sort of a sensationalist as it is, I think Kill Leia would have been the working title of the plan that the First Order is coming up with. Yeah. I think Leia's going to die by the end of the film. Oh,
I wonder.
And I think that was the plan before she died in real life.
Yeah. Because they do seem to be trying to work their way through.
Yeah.
Han, Leia, and then probably Luke.
Well, as we know, Harrison Ford wanted to leave for a long time. Yeah. I think that was part of his contract. Is I'm doing one just so I can die. But I think if you were, say, structuring out the trilogy, let's say you're Mr. Disney, or whoever is the head of the company, as it were, you've just bought Star Wars from George Lucas. You're saying, okay, what we're doing is we're going to remake Star Wars in the modern day. So let's have a new Hope, a new Empire Strikes Back, a new Return of the Jedi. Whatever happens, a main character death is going to happen, like a nostalgic death is going to happen in the middle film. And I think that's going to be Princess Leia. I think that's what's going to happen, and I think that was the plan all along since before she died in real life.
That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
I think that ship's going to be blown up by the end of the film. I think Leia is going to have a very emotional death. I think they're going to go full circle on the end of Return of the Jedi. You know how Leia says, Luke wasn't on the ship, I can feel it? And you know how there's that connection scene in The Empire Strikes Back where he's reaching out to Leia for help, and Leia can hear him in her head, and then she tells Han, we've got to go back and save him. I think you're going to have the payoff after 30 years of that scene where they can hear each other in each other's head. And Luke can hear Leia saying goodbye as the ship is about to explode. I don't know how the battle itself is going to go, but you can see what I mean. You've got all those ships swirling around, and you got all these shots of Leia sort of looking like, oh, I'm going to die, like into the middle distance.
But then don't you see her on the base with the ice foxes and stuff?
I think that's the opening scene.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Hoth. You got to be for the originals, ain't you?
Yeah.
I think that's how it's going to go. I think literally it's going to be a beat for beat remake of The Empire Strikes Back again. I don't know how they're going to get onto the ship itself.
How do you think they're going to end with the new trilogy then?
How do you think they're going to end the trilogy itself?
Yeah. I mean, do you think that Luke's going to make it all the way to the end? Because I don't.
I don't.
He's going to make it to the end of this film, I think.
Yes.
But
I think based on my theory of they're literally just remaking the films as they go. Luke is gonna die in his sleep. Literally, I think it's literally the same as Yoda.
I don't think he's going to die in his sleep. I think it's going to be a big emotional death this time. Because you think of it this way, he'll be the closest thing to a father figure that Rey and Kylo both have going into the final film.
True.
And they've got like a shared character now. So I think it might be a case of final battle. You've got Kylo Ren, Rey, Luke, and Snoke.
I just love the way you say Snoke.
Sorry.
Snoke.
And I think it's going to be the two kids, the two old men, and Snoke is going to beat Luke. Because Luke has been this big mysterious figure for so long that they're just going to go, yeah, he's alright, but emotion wins out.
Yeah.
Like it does. He's always lost against the dark side, for the most part.
He has. He's never won.
He's never won clean anyway.
He's never won clean.
Yeah.
But that's true. He's lost all of his lightsaber fights. I've never noticed that before.
And like 50% of his hands. So.
This is not going to go the way you think.
It's going to be like either at the midpoint of the film, it's going to be like the crescendo, the kind of end of the second act.
Yeah. The midpoint.
Yeah, like the low point. And then it's going to be, it. It's going to be like the big rallying moment of, right, we need to avenge him and sort this out. I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
There's going to be that uneasy alliance that they kind of set up in this film going into the third one with Kylo and Rey.
Yeah. I agree that he's probably going to get a more emotional death. I don't think he's dying this time. You don't think he's dying this time.
Or we could both be wrong, and it could be...
He dies in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Rey kills him in his sleep. Force jokes. Or
he's doing the same... they're doing the same rock training with Rey levitating rocks, and she accidentally drops one on his head.
Well, he just trips down the steps. There's another...
A slight breeze brisks him off the cliff.
That cape acts like a parachute. He's gone. Goodbye, Rey. I'll be a ghost in the next one.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Do you think they're going to switch it up?
Yeah.
And because our problem, and a lot of people's problem, is that Force Awakens is too similar to A New Hope.
That's what I was going to say.
Are they going to switch it up
dramatically
by having Rey turn to the dark side as the gotcha?
See, that's what I was saying about the kind of double turn, as in they go their own way kind of thing.
So you think
they're going to go like more like grey Jedi, as in they're a little bit of both, and then the third film is going to be the defining moment between the two of them, of like, say either one picks the opposite side. So Rey goes with Snoke, Kylo Ren goes with Luke. He could be like complete turn it all on its head.
Do you think Kylo Ren could end up being the main good guy by the end?
If he is, it's going to be a bit of the third film's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
But
that would be a good relapse on the Anakin Skywalker story.
Yeah.
From the prequels.
He starts as a good guy and ends as a bad guy. Or the Darth Vader storyline as he starts as a bad guy, as in one of the main bad guys, and then ends slightly of a better guy, as in he's tried to redeem himself in the last minute.
Redemption is the strongest theme of Star Wars. if you look across all the films since 1977. So you think that ending shot is going to be potentially a red herring then?
Yeah. Or it's just going to be a complete red herring, and that scene is actually between Kylo Ren and Leia, potentially. Or Kylo Ren and Luke, or it could be Kylo Ren and anyone, because you don't see like a wide shot of the both of them.
You don't see who's on the other end.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting... That could be a very interesting scene that we see of Kylo Ren with Leia.
Yeah, it could be him, like that little bit of redemption, say she's dying or whatever, and he's trying to help her.
I could see them playing that up.
Yeah,
like
the Han Solo part.
Yeah,
where
exactly. Where
we don't know where this is going,
yeah.
and say it goes one way, as in he tries to help her, but she still dies. It could be like a big influential moment on his character.
I think it's going to turn out to be better than The Force Awakens.
Yeah, me too. I think that's going to be the pivotal scene on how things go for the third one.
I certainly believe them when they say that Star Wars will go into a new direction. There is going to be some kind of twist in this film. I do not think it's going to be Rey turning to the dark side.
No?
No. I think as a property, I think there's a definite formula which they want to keep to. Keeping the good guys good, but bad guys can turn good.
Yeah.
So I think there's more likelihood of Kylo Ren going to the light side than there is Rey going to the dark side. And I think that has the potential to be that scene that we see at the end of the trailer.
But we are forgetting a lot about Finn on this, and Poe as well.
There's a lot of factors.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters that aren't necessary. Like Poe isn't necessary. He dies in the first one. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the ex machina of the first one.
Yeah, I really didn't like that about Poe.
Yeah.
I don't know why people really like him.
I think he's a clone.
That would make more sense than him just showing up.
I generally think he's a clone. So yeah. But
that could be
that could be
if that actually happens.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
I reckon Finn's story is going to be kind of the Rogue One aspect, the infiltration, working hard, because we don't see any like big base in this one. It's all like ships. If there's no big base, then that, because the final scene with him and Phantasma, whatever the fuck it is, Phasma, that's all in flames as well. The big theme seems to be goes ice to flames, so it's cold, emotionless, into like roaring.
Yeah, no, I see that. I see that logic.
Yeah.
Well, with that, I say we've talked through The Last Jedi. Come back after you've seen it to see if we got it all wrong.
Yeah. See how badly we did get it all wrong.
Yeah. And if we don't see you before, have yourselves a good Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
And the rest.
Questionable Kwanzaa.
Till next time. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.